little bit so it's not rubbing on me. Is all I am doing. There it is. Still, all right. Ladies. So, I guess I was just gonna come here, and then if anything, because this place I guess closes like at 8 or whatever. Um, go to the library and just sit online with y'all. Right? I mean, what else should I be doing? I mean, I could go somewhere and do it. Now that y'all are like level headed and it makes sense, right? Even sometimes, right? So, and then when I go around here, I'm in these clothes, so who I am way before you see who it is. And you come say hi. Oh, please come say hi. All right. um, wouldn't it be fun for this to be what it's supposed to be before it's a different story? All right. Permits to move on in, make this park 24 hours a day open, available. You know, all sorts of stuff we could do, making parks 24/7 open. It is like, and freaking, so, there's another thing. And, so, I find if you put this part into right enough, and so you go down to there, the hot tip area, it becomes kind of hot, and you pass right over it. Yeah, baby, it is a good day and wonderful, and I love you, ladies. I love you. So, uh, um, let's see. So, remember, fellas, it's just another night for you. All right. Unless you're trying to just socialize, like how it's always actually supposed to be these days, right? There's no works outside of what I got for you, and other than so, right. But supporting your, all right, your your regulars on a night like this, all right. Very, very, very important. All right. And then remember, the people that go to these places usually have a reason they chose that place, and they're there to have a good time, whether they look at you or whatever. All right. All right. It's a positive night. Anybody like that? Jesus. These are new days, fellas. All right. Like you're supposed to treat Earth and people you run into like they're regulars that you know, acquaintances, no matter what. All right. I'm declaring everybody acquaintance material if you don't know them. Is an understanding boundary you can give yourself. All right. You know they're going to be an acquaintance no matter what in the future. So everybody you run into, these are the days where you're, you know, gonna look really freaking silly later on for not just being nice and sociable, at least neutral, knowing that the days are like whacked, right? All right. Go. So I'm gonna take it easy on the booze this morning, and tonight we're and throughout. Oh, should I try and stay awake the whole time? And man, and then in Asia, like I don't actually know if you ever like maybe there's some celebration of this new year you have Asia, like because I know you have to. If there are places like that, please make this a holiday for you. You can be a part of the festivities somehow, even if you stay home? The roads are probably disgusting. Do DUI. All right. And then Leo, you know damn well, just because they swerve erratically doesn't mean they're drunk or past the point of being needed to pull over drunk. All right. Like in on all actuality, as long as they maintain the lane going because they're tripping or something, right? Is they win. I swear on my life. All right. So and the differences of busting people before the problems mean you're only going to get a percentage of the problems that were going to happen before they happened, and all those other people, like 3/4 of them, were innocent of needing to get a DUI. Okay. Make sure to watch out for DUI checkpoints. People go the other route where they can't block it up with something like that. If you can. All right. I mean, you need to put a note up to remind yourself at certain places there might be that checkpoint. We all grew up in the same earth and area, right? So places where there's like a long stretch of road all of a sudden in your town, right? So all right, like here in Miami, going over the Key Biscayne Bridge into Key Biscayne, or vice versa, on the other side coming this way. All right. And then look, don't you? No one need to look unless you're going to be traveling that scenario. You don't need to look this information up. All right. Our This is a civil war. We know whom the problem is, and it's just a bunch of people that got caught not respecting a title, like what happened back in the day with all the other saviors. All right. And so let's take a look at the Bible for a moment. So their story of Jesus, right? And there's three wise men that come, right? Which means some they did have people a bit coming and going, right? And then but it was only the smart considered smart. All right, and then all right. Hey, I bet you some governments knew, all right, that I was gonna have the problem, irregardless, being the savior of everybody, all the men that have issues, being worried about keeping their woman, irregardless. That I was trying. I mean, gonna be like a gentleman and just be like, me and cool and fair is fair stuff in this type of situation. Um, it's also fraud on your part to forward stuff outside of friendship. Not that but the understanding behind it, dude, it's like lame. Do you know wisdom? Like sitting around talking like this. Remember that time? There's like modes where we're like proud people and things are good, right? Might be something like that. Easy. With a mixture of Zerberts on the kids. Yep. Yep. Kids everywhere getting attacked by Zerberts. Yeah. All right. So, it's getting kind of sunny. I try to cut up more in the cut here, but it's starting to go into real bush area that I can't really separate, and without damaging it or its growth cycle. So, and then, well, I did check over there, which is another reason why it took me a minute to come online. But it's more sunny over there, actually, still. So I'm very happy with what I have seen this past year of people incorporating things into like their entertainment. All right. And I did catch a salvation ministry thing for a second where they said the Lords, right? Converting the stories of Jesus to um, the understanding differences of trials and tribulations people went through. All right. Um, I don't know if I can help people out that do what they're supposed to anymore. Yeah. The only thing I can suggest is if you do the whole of it. I can and know it. So, without further ado, dun, 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 dun. I am. You know what? Forget it. I'm gonna have to take y'all in for not sharing at least weed. All right. Get all trippy and groovy. Oh, isn't it nice? People were trying to do the good thing, just like lost sight of what information meant. or while learning information. You know, about 200 years ago, everybody's English. Oh, maybe not. There was the English, and they say it all pretty, so maybe it was right. But not too long ago, folks. Before that, then was staffs and poles for weapons. Right, the Metal Age was what? Not even what? Hundreds? I can't even remember. And then to the extent of where it finally became. Yep, taking you out to jail for weed because you didn't share. So, yep. You people, and these things I have to teach you, it's just so horrible while important. Oh. And I mean, a difference, well, not horrible, but stereotypically horrible. Well, with the information, um, they'll be functioning drug addicts, right? Like, um, freaking that much better than, because I know plenty of functioning drug addicts. All right. And then happy love, right? Even when the child's in trouble after disciplining, right? Yeah, talking about something, right? Uh, all right. You can enjoy what you can out of it, like you're their pal in that part, as opposed to a parent, all right? Um, and they get the information. It's just a matter of time before it follows through, is all it is. That's why you have fun. May for the situation, then have fun. So, so let's see. Um, hmm, I'd be continuously wearing the white shirt, but each of them have like stains on them now, so I gotta buy new ones, and then they're like, so I'm done for it. And up for grabs and sale for this New Year's Eve. Yes, yes, yes. You can be the proud owner of the shirts. $10,000 a piece. 10,000 to $1 million a piece. Or, wait. So, yeah, that's what I mean. Everybody's like level-headed. I'll make it easy for more numbers to get into it. All right, and then Rules and Regulation Board for William Barry Milliken Jr., aka Matt Jones. All right. So, um, you can bank your life off of it and achieve more and excel more through the company where others aren't following through and can. And you'll excel into management positions and all sorts of things. All right. This is another practice that should have always been going on, anyways, of like information you come up on, right? Which we do and stuff. And then, um, All right, and the reminder of Leo leaving people alone with of our quest, right? And then so uh, they won't not help you if you have hard evidence. All right, you got a problem with someone, tape it, record it. All right, they're not, level-headed individuals with the information. So, and if they don't have the information, then they're a threat. The saves of the filter and how to allow your core, your thoughts to access the core, so the information comes out as what you're working off of, and maybe all at once. Um, it's another filter that is ultimate and supreme. Go downwind. So, in light of a slow day, I should wait like another 20 minutes for a shot, but it's been like an hour, right? So, being a good day, y'all got the perks for the holidays of your surroundings getting freed. Yes. Those that are part of the chain reaction are doing something. They have to focus on the next step of aftermath. So, dope guns and keep moving. I know it's your favorite job, fellas, but oh, so and I just love you so much. Yeah. Good people. I am a positive, realistic person that can explain how it all works. So, um, so being realistic with Leo's position on, my quest, right? They're not like threatening me, and what was wrong with that picture? Oh well, number one, had draftees had you complained into the prosecutors with the evidence, and they didn't do it, so they would have went to jail. Um, you know, of like upstairs. All right. Um, would have happened. Whatever, you know, and then a lot of it was because of them not taking off of this rules and regulations. Like it's still a crime that he did that to me. It's not a part of the show. All right, Leo. There's another confirmation, a reconfirmation for you. Like you're an eyewitness of all of this, to go to the judge and be a witness for the situation. All right. I'm not. It's not snitching or being an informant in any way, because uh, he's doing something wrong. It's not just a mental health, and you're helping someone as an informant. And we already know that's not acceptable. All right. The other. Never snitch on your friends and your surroundings. All right. Um, it's very important. And then before was a different story of it is all. All right. Like people also not snitching on people that could have used the time in jail in that last scenario to get their mind out of scams or whatever, right? And like, oh, they only have so much time left, and ain't gonna, next time might not be so lucky, right? And then putting people in that situation so they get to it wasn't a proper thing. So, all right, and now Leo have the rules and regulation reminder books of the Leo that worked this, right? Did I ban you from that? I mean, I was just trying to, add charges to you to get you to do stuff if you stayed, because since it's a registered situation, and I might have said it once if I did, whatever. All right, cool. But delegating jobs, like this is a place I would be acceptable to delegate jobs to service my problems that happen to me, right? This is where and why it's a rules and regulation board, the way it was for Leo before this, the way they could use it in court if they needed more than their word. All right. I know you have goddamn fucking problems with me not getting enough sleep if it's like that. And it isn't whether or not it is different is beside the point. It was 24/7. I'm sitting here doing my liberation for your sorry asses too, and your loved ones. And you wonder why you look like jackasses taking down people's cleaners, because they're everybody else's now, and they're the people we need on the streets to help me eventually. We need every available hand for so I guarantee you that man's more of a law enforcement official than the cops are due, his example of being taken away. And he wouldn't do crimes that on people that were not fair, you know, like us they didn't do, you know. Remember the judges in that thing I put that the news agency posted? He says flat out he's going out of the legal government given guidelines, is what that statement is factually meant as. You get those motherfuckers put in jail quick with their records, dude. There better be a whole nother freaking rack of fucking judges on there after all the crap of this year too, you know? And, these people don't deserve to be on the free part of this platform. That's just what it is. And then I gave differences to make them be regulated to some sort of standard where, I also said, then angle things, monitors, you know, so that they can be tracked. If you're not going to do the mandatory, then you have to do minimums and deal with the consequences of what might happen as a result. All right. Bloods and Crips, when you have people like this that you have to teach a lesson to that just walk all over you and still do, right? So, well, the issue is there's plenty of other places you can sue for problems like the government with financial aid issues that I spoke of. All right. And you get their parties like the GOP, you get their statement. These are the people you represent, right? Then, all right, we'll get their signature. There's another area you can go to of the supporting crafts. There's an understanding supporting craft. All right. If they don't do it, they'll end up in jail. We need the goddamn shit, and this isn't over a fucking uh, loaf of bread or whatever, something small things, sort of small things. Now, stealing from an old lady is not small. All right, so don't do it. Doesn't work. You'll be miserable, and you're going to get caught. I'm gonna make sure of it. You doing stuff like that, dude? Like, oh my god! Do not mess with women, folks, or kids. Even homie don't play that for the most part. All right, a lot of that story is freaking stealing the effing walker. Well, you know, the issue is, if anything, well, it might not be to that degree. And then in some cases too, all right, these are extreme situations in olden days that uh, you're reminding yourself of through those reflexes your brain are doing to you. So if you define differences to your brain as to what things mean to you, of the information I give you, it will give it back to you that way because it understands that that's what you want. Like how you go to think the ending result, right? You have to go through it all and label the ending result so that it will, right? And you can do whole boards of it. You don't have to sit there and weed out variations. That's like animal work back in the day, animal versions of work of information when you can do the differences on graphs like I told you to corner it all. So, and your brain will corner off of it for you so you don't have to keep telling it what to do. All right. All you have to do is apply the information. That's it. Think. All you have to do is think through it. The kids are getting it because it's not work to them, right? Whizzing right through it, yo. That's it. And if you plug away on it, dude, by the end of it, right? Without having to spend all that time crunching information in college and high school in some cases, right? To get it all, you just go over it and your brain feeds it back out to you. I think I missed a step in there. Like conditioning your brain to be able to keep working like that, right? Like I said about your muscles, and then it's not like serious work, so you can cover more material and not be fatigued. Yes, folks. All right. So, fellas, remember there's sports you can get into to tire your body out. And it's the same thing. You won't be sitting there in bed at the end of the night like, oh my God, the torture, bro. You'll end up just going to sleep. There's another thing you can do if you're having trouble sleeping is exercising mildly, you know? So, Yeah, catch 22. You could end up having a heart attack and die. Not funny, but the ironicity of it is craziness of it. Well, it's got to be shady over there now. Let me go over there and see real quick. Sure, manage. And then another thing you can do to help life in your area of natural evolution. Holy iguana. Oh man, he don't look too good. I guess he's sleeping. Huh. All right. So here we go. All right. Oh, pirates, yes, they rob us. Sold us to this destiny. Nothing different than before. except now they pay. Right, Africans in the governments around Africa and of the world, outside of Africa. So let's see. So all right. Um, let's see. So so do you think you'll all be youth draftees, right? Do you think anything else will come up of words from me that'll change into saying, oh, well, you shouldn't do this and that then, right? Can you bear with me the reality of life, of who I am? And accept to change the things I tell you to change. I know you can. It's way easy. Every time you catch yourself thinking those things, I know it gets easier with other stuff. You can do it with women too. All right? It's that simple. Oh, how in the could you have missed that? I'm such a horrible person at making fun of you, aren't I, huh? I know the ones I am love it. Just trust me. You good dudes, don't be listening to that crap. Oh my god, I would feel so horrible. Don't do that stuff to me, fellas. Like, I care about you like we're boys and shit. Like, you know what that means, I'm saying. All right. Uh, 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 Meant as to what it was supposed to stay as. You know what I mean? When people just get caught up. All right. So, um, Hey, never mind. So, another area rulers you have to look at as to why you're responsible for situation is that the reason people were, taking from the government too was because they needed it, and that's the bottom line. Them lying and stealing and all that stuff, etc. Like not caring about you, just trying caring about getting money out of you, right? That's because they need the effing shit. Everybody needs to have what they're after so they can achieve and not be underachievers like y'all, which was what they were trying to do. Yep. Well, you'd already achieved what everyone before you achieved. The same thing. Congratulations on a job well repeated. Uh, I need to sit around and make napkins. Have a great day, napkins. I'm out. Hey. Oh man, the napkins. I needed one. So let's see. Um, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So So I was getting at another thing you can do to help organisms grow around you, right? Is like where there's patches of place in grass where there's less, right? That means there'll be less organisms at the microscopic level and down, as you know what small means now, that uh, you'll do less damage when walking on grass if you do it. I have to like, I was trying to like get away from, have our own little space here. So, let's see. So, it's good to be good and all those things. Um, it pays more in the long run, and you do less stress. Like you'll actually be more comfortable in that version of stress related problems than the other, and live more of a life to the point that it makes a big difference. Like I said, freaking beaming. You know what I'm talking about, and that's the way caveman and woman were, all the way down to amoebas, sitting there chilling, focusing out any pain and this and that, right? And so let's see. Air flowers all around, ladies. High fives, fellas, youngin' dudes. I mean, it's always fun. Um, and then like all the time is kind of, unless you're part their age. Maybe 3 times a day or stuff that's so funny. It just, you have that much energy all of a sudden, and like, all right, you know. And then so when you don't have the energy, just say it. Oh, no energy right now for high fives. But youngins, try and focus just 3 times a day, and with the pops and moms too, and any siblings. But so easy. I didn't mean to say money, right? So maybe that's where the level, right? I know people who speak my language know damn well all right. So people, right, that would speak my language of at least, within the boundary, right? So that everything's all good to move around. Uh, um, and especially now that we've laid down the fact that I'm a computer generated perfect. Hey, my teeth didn't come out right in the beginning due wartime needs. That was garble. I had to have braces. Actually, I didn't use the rubber bands, so other than no. And you want to know what's crazy? Had I just dealt with it 1 month, the next rest of the time. Oh, and that reminds me, those of you with those rubber bands for your braces, if it's still like that, what you do is simple, bro. The way I taught you about the earplugs, right? like the next day you can't wear them because your ears are still sort of not healing, but getting back used to, right, building a callus of its version, a very light one. All right. If you little it, all right, and then right by the time before it even hurts, you stop, right, and let take the bands out for so long, much time period, and then by like the end of the week, you can have your rubber bands in without ever experiencing pain. And the orthodontist can skip the first part where they're tightening it down so it happens on its own, just in case of whatever. All right. And then orthodontist, there's a mental health thing for pain. You come up with a schedule of how long it takes to, generally speaking, right, for before, and then the quickest approach without having to worry about chewing freaking food. And then if you're already in the problem, I suggest you getting a blender for your kid. All right, that way they have can blend up food, um, like the whole dinner meals in one blend, because usually some potato and steak and sour cream, asparagus. Asparagus is a very good vegetable. Asparagus, asparagus. I think it's, well, you'll be in the area and it'll come up in your search. It's pretty tasty. And then Brussels sprouts became tasty one day, huh? What else? Whole assortment. Lima beans. Yeah. I remember the stove top boiling in water turned into one day the bag in the water that it boiled in. And then, with veggies and stuff they do. And then remember, oh my God, those frozen fruits in your places, right? And then a blender, and you have your kid's got this tropical smoothie, bro. All right, lavish smoothie. Uh, in any event, is good stuff. Add like 10% milk to thin it out or something, right? Even 10% water is, oh my God, bro. Like with the coffee, I didn't really, haven't been, well, conserving is a lot of work when I can just be carefree, right? And then still be carefree when I don't have it, because it would have already happened. It would have happened regardless. And mode, my children, is key. These are like my jingles, dude. That's what it is, and it's melodic. Even freaking still that again, again, bacon, bacon. Oh, ah, ooh, uh, not. Oh, popping fresh dough. Mm. Oh no, that's a fresh mascot for me, yo. Pillsbury Dough Company owners or shareholders, maybe by now. I don't. I don't know. You know, I wanted Chucky, those little dolls of them, right, or little versions, if anything, right. But it doesn't really work. Ooh, and the potato head. I'll be and the potato head. I'll share it another time. I think it's called Mr. Potato, probably with an E. No, head is how it started out. At least it might be Potato Head Company. You know what's up? I get you around. I'm gonna get you around, baby. For what I know, it'd be nice if you come around like folks. I give you all these goods, bro. These are like priceless. And I'm not talking about the Potato Head Fact Company Corporation. Yeah, back to us. Hey, I can't take someone's equity, but I can punish them on what crimes they do. Yeah. So, and these are quality things. It's mental health for me to share them, and mental health not to be knocking on their door. Uh, if, well, one day's maybe, right, sure, but it's not healthy. And it's not a fair practice. And there's might as well be called a zillion businesses out there. Oh, right now that there's those website businesses, man. Wow. Hey kids, something on your off time to be like, how many businesses are on the internet, right? Or different sites. How many different sites? How many are businesses? How many are this? How many are that? And what is your library consisting of? Ooh, how do you like me now, bro? All right, so another website company you can make some money off of a pot to start up for people that have to do insurance scams too, not just crippled kids. All right, so we can get real aid out there. Our chapter intros to each section in the beginning of right an air off to the side, like in some cases, right, they have that spot at the bottom and an explanation about whom they are that you're searching and so and then you can add reference points that mean that per search when going into further and it's showing you another area of that type of bracket information you're in. um, you can make no matter what those whole little things the computer will do. If you got a board and things like that for your youngins, make sure to add all that stuff in. It's not even work and it's fun to learn. All right. All right. I knew this was going to be a good day. I was going to be happy because I got to pick on my middle militias about that spree going on since midnight last night or this morning, whatever it is. I don't know. Everything. Nothing. Where's the alcohol at? No, we're waiting. Oh man, it's been 45 minutes. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. 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 Boards. So, number one, I love you. All right. Number two, eventually you could be Ascension doing therapy on the material so it's sensitive that way. All right. Now, there are materials we can use where they won't become Ascension no matter what. Some sort of understanding difference, right? Synthetic, of course. Disturbing, there's another thing businesses, right? Helping safeguard preserves in areas around development so that we go inward as opposed to outward. Plus, we have downwards. you know. Real imperative, bro. I don't care if it's a new development of a spot, right? Primarily, you just want to move in, clean up the inside for sanitation needs, and you've got the understanding difference of like, um, so Wonder Side, which is healthy in the outside, right? Um, so that it's not harmful and it repels them instead of, I think, kills. And in the event, if that's another one, a save there. You can do pesticide companies, mental health, and medical needs. And so another one is getting it so animals have the information stamp in their mind. Like how I said before with the mosquitoes. And then, all right, businesses with big old, somewhat big, somewhat to me, pocket change. Hey, so, all right, equity. How do I bring it back to life for you, my friends? Number one, it's invested in me, and then the information is number two, and number three is it is perfect. You will never not end up anywhere in the universe in a place like this as a refugee and not and have a tough time. I'm saying you will not. Wait. Generally speaking, as me as an individual, right? So, investing in me, there are understanding insane perks. Ask me why I'm carefree, other than my damn New Year's resolutions. Let's shake it off, move forward, comprehend out why it happened, solve it out, even though your brain already knows, for the reinforcement, and move on without stressing. Because it's just a matter of time, my precious children. You got to pay me to see my bald head now. Oh, made in China. Whatever, you saw it enough. And I wanted to represent the tag for whomever. It's a great hat. I would say any problems so that there wouldn't be for them the next time is what these things are, right? Now I know Budweiser had an awful time keeping paying their bills with what came in, maybe. However, it was big brotherly for Budweiser for me to do it as and all sorts of stuff. And I think what happened, there's a story behind it or something, man. There's that stuff too, always, 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 and forever. However, why did I single out? And then I think it opened the door for some other places. Oh, no, that's not it. I hate that. Or it went away. Oh, the insanity. You people know who I am, right? Please stay with that stuff, folks. I'm brain down. Need Pookie love, real Pookie love. 50 parts X, 30% uh, 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 Coke, and then there's well non-harmful versions of uppers that that are better than Coke. And then what, 10% heroin, right? What else? What is there? 10% left, right? 50, 30, 40, 10% left of some sort of difference to even things out somehow. All right. Same size shot you were taking before. Oh, wait, no. Since you're starting on something new, you want to, well, what you want of its version is a 3, 4, 5. All right. Otherwise, you teased yourself. Also, that way, speedballers and regular bangers of heroin is called. I am mentally health. Sorry to tell you that, as the differences it meant for your mental sanity. I love you. No information I give will be explained outside of the understanding differences happening. I've told you happen with my mouth. There, all right, is where you see these different people jump into these different accusations, right? For what mild problems you might jump to of right, a way to help information. All of us I'm now talking to as how to label that information, right? Because you went off of yes, fellas. And I'm talking with ladies and people on the sideline that I put there, like all the way down to my past, and children, of course, and my FARs and middle militias. But they got some work to do, is all that is. Don't mess with my people, folks. This is Pops, just regulating situation. We're all family here. All right. It's It's fatherly. Write that down for that area of information on your graph. Those that jump to conclusions and things like that of what can be, as opposed to what my position is in life, right? And no matter what, if you resort to doing something that's negative to express it, when you do end up in situations like that, you write it down in, uh, uh, it's okay. So you use per section of the graph that you have information as adding all the explanations you have problems with and how it relates to that situation of the graph. In every section, add your problems to its relation to that situation too. Okay, you end up with your expectation of that large information, but it's not a lot of work, and it's fun to get out of the way version of get out the way, fun version of the version of getting it out the way. This is like exciting work. It's part of the DreamWorks where you can do on your own. Is another example. It's you had to have a board the day you went into work and work off the computer. There'd be a board computer next to it guiding you along. At first, employees that you do come in and work like, oh yeah, it's the dream. Shit. Now that I said that this morning or yesterday, oh yeah, this morning, like, oh yeah, hey, and then I'll also give you a job for some money. Don't forget it's your dream job. My work is your dream job. So if you want a job, I can put you to work. I don't. You have to pay yourself. I'm silly. All right. So, and I like it because it's for the kids. So, all right. The youngins of the youngins. All right. older youngins. That stuff I'm saying about me looking like stupid or whatever. Sure. 11:26. Yes, sir. Happy New Year, sir. Um, I remember I got that whole audience, and then really I'm actually kind of crazy, but in line, and actually, right. I'm sorry, y'all. This come to this, adults, kids. Make sure to be having fun, bro. That's how you can help us out. All right. Do your musics, all right, and sit there high on life and the future stuff, right? Focus on your studies you got to get through. And oh man, if you're trying to do more in school, I'm not trying to say do that. I'm saying, well, I mean, it's so something to do. All right. And then I'm sorry, parents and education systems, but if they put their head down during your class and don't pay attention and go to sleep, later on in school, like in high school, if anything, then right, then that's just what it is. Also, they'll go into work in the area they have the best knowledge of that was fun and interesting, right, while looking for what will still make them the money in it. So let's see. What else, my children, do you need? Because I love you. While wanting to get paid, not what you want. Hmm. Not what you want meant first. Right. Uh, Stay with its most. Right. Ain't nothing going on here, folks. I am the savior of a place called where natural evolution happened of Earth. Um, and you're all. This is what had to happen to the other saviors too. And then, well, maybe I wasn't. Well, well, those people didn't have the opportunity to gain the support of whom understood he's not like law enforcement should have freaking totally stepped in for the individual, right? Like as far and might be the problem of today. Maybe there's some sort of order out. I doubt it. Um, but whatever come up of the Bible thing I just explained as how you look at it is what they were trying to say to the future without getting whacked because they didn't have the information I gave and were not guaranteed to um, still just go after responsible parties, those that were warriors for Jesus. And then there was another way I wanted to. So remember, I want my three wise men in Jesus' story. I don't know what the rest of your religions had, but three wise men and there's myrrh, right? Then you got a cow. Right? What else? Eh, eh. I love you. That's why I rag on you. Because I know we have a respect for each other. Oh, drug lords. Oh, it's gonna even work. Not that they didn't already know it. What is going on? Let the board teach you life, liberty, and the dream, and what it means to someone like me, right? More or less. There's not at all, but I ain't talking about that shit. There's logical paranoid schizophrenia out there, and that we need work in the board because they'll be just safer. Okay. Okay. Moving right along. It is a good day. You're good people. All right. I can never not say that enough. Isn't that the bomb? All right. Just crazy crap was going on because people were in need, and then the scenario is still smaller and sure they're in need, but and now I've broken it down to the new. Sure, there'll be some scrubs not going and at least investigating. Start up a group so you only have to do one thing per situation, so it's not a whole bunch of work. Unite the scammers. All right, children. Sorry. The example for you is that I'm promoting nonviolent things to where is you're supposed to, because that's where you know how to get it from, money off of the government. All right, even if it's somehow not related to what you said, the money's to you regarding, and also life. And that's the bottom line. For the fact I'm parent, oh my god, I like brought people into scamming. Well, I told you how if you distance yourself from being able to be caught beyond a reasonable doubt in every variation, right? It's paperwork crime and no one's out on it. And the paychecks went out. So, it really is like a civilized thing to say in this scenario. Despite the differences that do come out of the differences I give, and also the problems are still smaller in every way, shape, or form. If I wasn't a GOP baby, you'd know it, right? So I gotta go to the restroom. I'll be right back. I'll restart the video again.